Hello and welcome to Quest Recapped. Today's video is about the 2022 DreamWorks animated movie, Bad Guys. The movie follows the story of a dubious gang that sets out to pull off the biggest heist of all. It starts with Mr. Wolf talking to his best friend, Mr. Snake, in a restaurant about why he doesn't like celebrating his birthdays. And the snake responds that he prefers eating guinea pigs to cakes. The two get up to leave the restaurant and the humans in the place move away from them, terrified. They both walk on the street, and since everyone is afraid of them, they casually walk into a bank across the street to steal all the money. They walk out of the bank, get into their car, and drive away with the money, with the authorities led by Chief Misty Luggins hot on their trail. Wolf and Snake meet up with the rest of the gang and explains the role everyone plays on the team. He is the smooth-talking leader, Snake is an expert safecracker, Miss Tarantula aka Webbs is the team's hacker, Mr. Shark is the master of disguise, and Mr. Pyronhay is the team's loose cannon. Still being chased by the authorities, the bad guys drive crazily through the city. But in the end, they escape with the loot and drive safely back to their hideout. At their hideout, where all the gold, money, and precious artifacts they've stolen are kept, they throw a birthday party for Snake. Although he hates celebrating birthdays, he is happy to be spending them with his best friends. After the celebration has ended, Wolf turns on the news and sees reporter Tiffany Fluffit talking about their latest heist. He gives the members of the gang cute one's-eye pajamas, and they begin to plan how they'll make their way into the lab. Governor Diane Foxington also talks about the bad guys and calls them washed-up has. Bins who will never amount to anything and won't get further than where they already are, and this annoys the members of the gang. In the news, the governor also announces a gala to award the Golden Dolphin Award to the guinea pig professor Rupert Marmalade IV, who is a known philanthropist. Then an idea pops into Wolf's mind to steal the Golden Dolphin Award to hurt Diane. The bad guys get into their disguises on their way to the gala, and on getting there, Wolf takes a picture with Diane to use her eye for a scanner by pretending to be interested in having a chat with her. On his way in, he meets an old lady and tries to snatch her purse. But when she stumbles forward and almost falls, Wolf rushes to help her up. The old woman is pleased with him and she tells him that is a good boy. The compliment makes Wolf feel so good that his tail begins to wag. But he walks to meet up with Piranha and they proceed with their plan. At the event, Shark pretends to be in labor, and this diverts the attention of the security guards. So, Wolf and Piranha are able to slip into the room where the award is kept. Things don't go as planned because Diane has taken extra steps to ensure the award is safe. Tarantula tries to hack the system but is slowed down by a firewall. Piranha becomes nervous and begins to fart. The fart goes into the computer room where Tarantula is working, and she passes out from being suffocated by the smell. Just as Chief Luggins is about to go in to find the unconscious body of Tarantula, she's stopped by Shark, who pulls one of his tricks. Tarantula wakes up to complete her work, and the guys grab the award before Diane can present it to Marmalade. On their way out, Diane realizes that the award has been stolen, but Marmalade decides to make a speech on the importance of being good. Just as the bad guys are about to make their escape, Wolf's tail begins to wag due to the effect Marmalade's speech has on him. This blew their cover and every security begins to chase them. They try to escape using a grappling hook, but it removes Wolf's pants and they all get arrested. Just as they're about to be taken into custody, Wolf tries to ask Diane for a second chance by telling her that they've never been allowed to be good. This move gives the good Professor Marmalade an idea to suggest an experiment where the guys will undergo rehabilitation that will change them into good citizens. The governor agrees to it, but Wolf tells his teammates that all they had to do was pretend to be good so that they'll be free enough to continue their heist and their work as bad guys. The teammates are excited by the plan and they decide to go along. Later that day, the whole gang goes to Marmalade's compound, where he has a lamp of a meteorite that was designed after an actual meteorite that crashed into the city the year before. Marmalade had used it for his philanthropy, and that's what built his reputation. So Marmalade begins the rehabilitation process by asking the bad guys to do several good deeds. He starts by asking them to share a push pop that Shark loves to eat. However, out of greediness, Snake eats the whole thing, and out of anger, Shark swallows him whole. Next, Marmalade asks Wolf to dress as a grandma so Piranha can help him cross the road. It seems like it will be a success until Tarantula distracts Piranha and causes Wolf to be hit by a truck. Finally, Marmalade tells them to try to save a cat stuck in a tree, but despite them saying here, "Kitty, kitty," They only scare the cat and have it go further up the tree. Frustrated by the lack of success, Marmalade asks them what they are good at, and they respond that they're good thieves. Their response then gives him an idea. Marmalade takes them all to Sunnyside Labs, where hundreds of guinea pigs are being kept. As usual, Shark pulls one of his disguise tricks and Snake successfully goes into the lab. Unfortunately, guinea pigs are his favorite food, and he eats most of the pigs he was supposed to save. When the rest of the gang finds Snake, they try to free the rest of the guinea pig he had not devoured. But the doors open and all the protesters outside the building conclude that they're committing a crime. That night, Diane goes to Marmalade's place to tell him that she is ending the experiment due to the disastrous lab rescue. But Wolf does his thing again and smooth talks her into allowing them to try again. She agrees to it because she believes in it. Then Wolf goes back to the tree to really help the cat stuck there. Talking gently to it, he explains that he knows that many people see him and his friends as monsters, but they are not. The cat eventually feels comfortable enough to get down, and it does. Unknown to Wolf, Marmalade had recorded him saving the cat, and he shows the video to the team later on. The video also gains them good publicity, but Marmalade believes it's only Wolf that has some good in his heart, so he advises him to cut off his friends if he wants to live a good life. Snake overhears them and feels sad. A new gala is organized to present Marmalade with the Golden Dolphin Award, and the gang is allowed to attend. But instead of being good, they try to steal the award a second time. Snake tries to get the codes from Luggings, who is handcuffed to them. But when he is about to get caught, Piranha goes onto the stage and begins to sing with Shark and Tarantula. Wolf also grabs Diane's hand and they dance. During that period, Wolf sees what it feels like to be good, and he is overwhelmed by the acceptance. So when the gang is about to present the award, which is supposed to be a decoy to steal it, Wolf doesn't go along with the plan and presents it to Marmalade instead. But the special meteorite that Marmalade had also brought along to the event gets stolen, and everyone automatically blames the bad guys. It doesn't help that the "so long" suckers, a sign they had initially wanted to put up after the heist, drop at the moment. They try to run, with Wolf giving Diane a map with a location circled on it, but they're caught before they can escape. In the police van, Marmalade comes to speak to them. He reveals that he is the true villain because he has been the mastermind behind everything that has happened. He says that he was the old lady in disguise who complimented Wolf, which triggered Wolf's desire to be good. He also said he's been using the gang as pawns to pull off his own big heist. Frustrated, Wolf tries to grab Marmalade violently, which only causes the public to see them as criminals once again. Diane decides to follow the map. Wolf gave her and ends up at the bad guys' hideout, where all their loot is kept. As the bad guys are kept in the prison, Wolf tells his friends that he purposely disrupted their heist because he was tired of being the bad guy, and the gang is holding him back. Everyone is hurt by his statement, but Snake is particularly mad and attacks Wolf. A bit later, a former notorious criminal, the Crimson Paw, enters the prison and begins fighting the security guards. When she enters, it turns out to be Diane. She reveals to the gang that she was once a criminal before she turned a good leaf and become a governor. She then sets them free and asks them to stop Marmalade. After being free, every member of their gang turns their back on Wolf due to what he said, and he's left all alone. Diane then takes Wolf to her own hideout and tells him that she almost stole the Golden Dolphin herself, but she changed her mind because she didn't want people to think she was still a sneaky fox. On the other hand, Marmalade goes ahead with his plan and uses the power of the meteorite to control all the guinea pigs in the city to steal from all the trucks holding money that is meant for charity. Snake and the rest go back to their lair to find out that all they had stolen is gone. Snake goes to the fridge and sees one last push pop, which he gives to Shark because he is sad. The others then realize that if Snake has some good to him, then they all do. This realization makes their bodies wag just like Wolf. But Snake shakes it off and says they will only ever be bad guys. Wolf and Diane arrive at Marmalade's lair and nearly deactivate the meteorite, but Wolf sees the golden and gets electrocuted along with Diane when he touches it. Marmalade captures them and hangs them over equipment with spinning blades. He also tells them that Snake has joined him. After Marmalade and Snake leave, Shark, Tarantula, and the others rescue Wolf and Diane, and they all go to stop Marmalade. The bad guys find all the stolen trucks, and Piranha places gadgets on them to reroute their destination after Tarantula and Diane hacks the vehicles. The vehicles go back to their original destinations, and the bad guys decide the last thing to do is to get Snake back from Marmalade. Wolf tells them to drop the meteorite if he doesn't drop Snake gently, but Marmalade throws Snake and takes off with the meteorite. They chase Marmalade's helicopter, but he tries to throw Snake's out unless they give him back the meteorite. The bad guys quickly drive off the bridge so Wolf can rescue Snake. The two friends reconcile after that, and they all try to get to safety. Then Luggins come to pull them up, finally happy to arrest them. But this time around, the whole gang turn themselves in. Marmalade crashes his helicopter to pretend to return the meteorite until it begins to blink, and he realizes that the original meteorite has been swapped with his meteorite lamp. Snake then tells them all that he was the one who switched the meteorite, and he had pretended to be on Marmalade's side just to do that. Things become worse for Marmalade when a diamond he took from Diane earlier is a precious item she had stolen. This makes Luggins believe that Marmalade is the Crimson Paw. Luggins arrests him too, and the bad guys feel really good about doing the right thing. Wolf then reveals he was the one who left the push pop in the fridge to inspire them to do good, and this surprises Snake. A year later, the gang is set free, and they're picked up by Diane and the cat from the tree as they become official members of the bad guys. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave your comments in the comments section